Oh,
We're live again.
Okay.
What?
Well, then I can't say what I was about to say because it was going to be derogatory to me or somebody else.
What?
But
I was about to
What?
do an old unknown comic joke based on the word assets.
I was going to definitely talk about assets,
So
such as my fiscal ones.
we're going to try this again, which is welcome to Clinical Role. I'm not going to hit Streamlabs on my, so I normally control the stream for my iPad in here. Well, Sven does it, but since we had technical difficulties, I'm not going to do it. And when I sign us off, I will just book it into the other room to turn off the stream.
Smoke bomb!
That would be a very good thing.
Awesome.
I think we need.
So Sven said that he's setting the computer so it doesn't turn off when he goes to bed because he has to get up at 4 a.m. So he doesn't stay for the whole stream these days.
That's way too early.
Well, so welcome to 3:30 in the morning. Whatever.
No.
Welcome to Clinical Role. So what's going on tonight? This is going to be fun.
I don't know what is going on.
So a while ago at PAX Unplugged, Adam D and I were on a panel where we talked about to prep or not to prep. And I am a believer in prepping, but prepping lightly. And so I prepped lightly for tonight's session, which was going to heavily feature an arc for Dr. Rachel.
Yes.
She's not on the stream tonight. She sent me a message a few hours ago. I didn't look at it until I was asking her why she hadn't signed it yet. It's like, hey, I sent you a message. I can't make it tonight. So she is not with us, which is fine. But that meant all of the prep I did, I just got to crumple up and throw into the trash can. So we're going to do this live tonight, figuring out how to play the game. So one of the things that is going on as well is we are starting to explore a little bit more of Baron Valdusi's story. And he recently got a letter from his brother stating to go home and that there's some trouble at home. And so what we're going to do tonight is learn a little bit more about Baron's backstory. Before we went live, I had started prepping this 10 minutes ago, maybe.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's about so.
I think you're giving yourself too much time on that, barring our technical difficulty.
5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. So I've been prepping a map, and we're going to have Baron's going to be level 2, and Dr. B, Adam, and Adam are going to be playing characters from his past, yet to be determined. We are going to create this live. This is going to be a little bit of an experience to show basically like flexibility in storytelling, character creation, and hopefully the concept of yes and then also possibly this could just be a fun train wreck to watch, everybody. So strap in.
Stay tuned.
It could also be an exploration of what awesome, cool resources we utilize when you have to act at a moment's notice, which could be helpful for other game masters and aspiring game masters.
Yes.
Yes.
So before we dive into all this, the music you hear playing through is from Tabletop Audio. They provide 10-minute long video or audio tracks that you can play for your tabletop role-playing games. As maybe you don't hear the music. Sven says he doesn't have music. I'm playing music through Roll20.
I keep
hearing
hearing
a request from the audience.
What? Please plug in Lord Topperbottom.
I'm a little worried because Sonova also messaged that our quick 2-minute was best episode yet when we cut out. So I'm not quite so sure where Sonova's state is right now.
Are we going to take audience requests on this one?
Oh no.
If you guys want to.
That would make it phenomenal improv.
I think, let's.
Yes, all right.
I need a color, something you might find in the bathroom.
In round.
Give me a job that someone might have and regret it. Boom, got it.
Give me an unfortunate cause of death. Go.
Is my facial hair pretentious enough for this type of activity? Just throwing that out there.
It might not be.
I think I might have to make my hat more clownish before we can do this.
Oh yeah, hold on.
There we go. There we go.
My backwards cap. All right.
There we go. It's a younger Baron.
Oh my god, my crow's feet are gone.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so before we jump into all that though, just a couple of non-essential announcements of any kind, just cool stuff in the community. So Hero Forge has a really awesome Kickstarter going for color minis. And one of the things I like too is they're making an ability to export the minis you design as tokens for digital tabletop like Roll20. So I'm really excited about that.
That is major cool.
Gemhammer.
We have to talk about Gemhammer. They have their Kickstarter fulfillment starting soonish. I can't remember. They just sent out a message. I looked and saw, oh, I want to read this, and then I forgot to read it.
It's an update on progress. And
Yeah, they're making amazing things. They make the Deck of Wonder. They have the Deck of Wonder After Dark. They have the decks of illusions. They have the decks of all the things, which let's break the
she was
game.
distracted by something. What could it be?
Plastic bag, plastic bag, plastic bag.
I'm trying to find my deck of all the things. Let's break the game tonight.
Oh,
Yes.
Sure.
Baron's backstory is going to get really interesting.
We promise at the end it will not all be a dream, nor will it all have taken place in a snow globe.
Randall.
Hi, Randall. And Randall's been doing these
hey.
amazing tunifications. So
Those are incredible.
Baron can't die, but all of our characters can totally die.
That's true.
that is very true.
Depending on where we get to, it could
Yeah.
wind up being, our characters.
Clinical roll.
die several
One.
times.
This campaign is a meme. It
Oh,
might
boy.
be. It might be tonight.
Ah.
The other Kickstarter too, though, is Tome of Beast 2 is on Kickstarter. Somehow that one started and wasn't even on my radar at all. So definitely want to check that out from why am I blanking on their company's name? Who is it that makes Tome of Beasts and Creature Codex? It's not Green
Creature Codex. What is that?
who's the company?
Is it Green Ronin?
It's not Green Ronin. Oh god, I'm terrible at this. Anyway, they have it's going to be 400 more characters for 5e. So go check that out.
Characters?
Wow.
Not characters, monsters.
okay.
Sorry, I'm thinking character creation for you guys.
Kobold Press.
Yes, Kobold Press. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Don't say my
Grimhammer.
knowledge. It's
You
interwebs.
got to be in for this one. We're gonna wreck face with the improv.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. Okay,
It's gonna
So-
be okay.
let's get this. Let's get this started. We will see what happens tonight. So,
Let's take it one step at a time.
so
So
Jack,
we are gonna keep the chat up for this one, so we can get
Yes.
audience requests.
most definitely, we'll keep chat praised. So, Baron was basically banished he was banished from his land. He was told to exiled for 10 years.
Yes.
And so he said that he spent the first half of a year or so kind of shut up in his cabin, mourning and trying to figure out what to do before finally kind of pulling himself together and deciding to go out into the world and figure out what to do. How far into those 10 years do we pick up tonight's story?
I would say that we will pick them up. Baron has already spent about 2 years. It has been 2 years since his banishment. He has been wandering around kind of aimlessly, kind of lost. Out of pure desperation, he is following his omens and portents almost over-exaggeratedly because he is trying to find meaning in what he thinks has betrayed him.
All right. And so to the east is pretty much ocean, so he would have likely gone west. Would he have been sort of aimless, or would he maybe have like destinations in mind? Or would there have been like something once he got the road under his feet? Like, what would have been What would have drawn him?
I would say at this point he was initially kind of more drawn to finding settlements, other people trying to find a new home, at least somewhere that he could be temporary. He kind of was uncomfortable about the whole nature of wandering, hadn't found the ranger path yet. So he was just kind of wandering. But he would have sought settlements at this point because he was not fully yet attuned to the path of nature being his axe, so to speak.
Okay. And so going off towards the west, there's a few different options of where he would go as I pull up the maps here.
Perhaps you could give the options and our lovely studio audience could choose the town he goes to.
Da da da.
I mean, that seems the most logical way to go.
That's a great way to go.
Yes. Could I have an occupational location and an animal?
All right.
Goblin fish.
Well, and so actually, no, this is so as he's traveling, he would have gone through the kingdom of Arsona and then passed briefly through Salnor, which I'm assuming he probably wouldn't have stayed in very long. That's the home of the Pelorians, which wasn't as devout and try to find the right word without being spoilery with which wasn't as active in those days.
That is fair.
Like Pillar is the major religion, but there were other Sven, your mic's on.
There we go.
So he probably wouldn't have spent too long there. And so he could have gone along the northern route. There's some woods and things there, or going more to the south to the Bale, where it's very rocky, hilly lands. And this is not the home of the halflings. That's not quite right, but it's predominantly inhabited by the halflings.
I would say character-wise, he would be more inclined to go towards forest or mountain.
Okay. All right, so going across the northern path. So this would be fitting that this is actually was a foresty mountainous region. And so travels along through there. And now let's start talking about the people he would have been meeting and traveling with. Because one of the things I'll say you also did have in his backstory that, and now maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot here, but whatever. You did say at some point he was basically like smuggling and traveled in the Underdark a bit.
Yes, he did have a little bit of that, which part of the reason why I was kind of, let's go up towards that mountainous region. Let's see if any of that falderall led to some faldery.
So do we want to be, and you said you want to have him meeting like his mentors and the people who maybe are teaching him a bit of the ways of being a ranger.
Yes, I will say without too much driving through of the point, he has met a lot of people during this time. We're examining some that he learned from in a positive way and others he learned from in a not so positive way.
All right. So where we will be then is north of the Bale. So for thinking about like types of characters as far as like species that you all might play, this region is fairly close to Elvish lands. Like I said, halfling. You're also near the coast. So aquatic elves, tritons would not be out of the question. Furbolgs as well. Humans, of course. If you wanted to play something like a goblin too, that could be an option. Hill dwarves, but probably not mountain dwarves in this region. Let's see.
I was just gonna click random on the thing.
Well, there you go.
Wouldn't it be funny if an Aarakocra shows up?
Should I be a ranger, or should I just randomize that too? Does that matter?
What do you think?
Who is that for me to decide?
let's do
Oh,
it.
I guess that's the.
okay.
I'll let
I didn't know
someone
what
decide
point we
that.
were leaving it up to. I would say.
We can
I
have
would
the audience.
say,
Yeah.
I have a suggestion in mind. I didn't know if the
Yeah.
okay. I would say that at first, let's examine some of like the not so nice criminal smugglery contacts, or whatever you think would be most appropriate for that. Whether it be
So,
Gee.
like some bandits,
Ooh.
essentially.
we have Ranger, and Randall suggested a half giant that's a druid.
With a familiar, that's a bunny. Actually,
Wait
yeah,
a
Goliaths
tick.
could be in this area. So
I think I know somebody who could role play that character.
I think we all do.
Half giant? Oh gosh. I didn't do my warm-up exercises today.
You gonna go Lenny on us?
No, I would probably say one of the most natural things to happen is that while Baron's searching through different settlements, he's going to need to pay his way around, so he's going to have to take up odd jobs. And at this point, he's very confused in this emotional maelstrom, trying to find direction. So he's seeking contact and connection with any type of group. So he is vulnerable at this point to ne'er-do-wells.
okay.
Okay, somebody's got to choose to be a ne'er-do-well.
Hi,
Are you doing it?
I can be a ne'er-do-well.
Which are you the ne'er-do-well rogue or the ne'er-do-well half giant druid with nub?
I think you are the half giant or Goliath druid.
Are you sure I have my
We
teeth
can
like
take
this?
some of these suggestions.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
out.
and what we could do
Bubba.
too is we could break this into two parts. This could be like they start off with maybe like the ne'er-do-well bandits types that Baron.
Oh my gosh, we could all be ne'er-do-well.
Let's all be ne'er-do-wells.
I'm a ne'er-do-well.
I am also a ne'er-do-well.
What flavor of ne'er-do-well am I, audience? Or Jack?
Oh, okay.
I'm a level 2.
Okay, yeah, level 2.
Ne'er-do-well.
All right.
Well, let me pick a half giant.
Well, you could be a Goliath. That's
What
Chocolate?
what would rate?
I call lemon.
I get Neapolitan. It fits with my heritage.
Totally. Lemon is going to be my character's name. I
Nice,
prefer
nice.
Lemon.
Lemon. Where's your accent? Your swish? Is it over the O or the N?
It's actually at the end, like a.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna be a dragonborn rogue named Neapolitan.
oh God.
Can you dodge bullets?
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Okay. I apologize if you're hearing any typing. I'm gonna be taking notes as we do this, so I have Jack's backstory.
Okay, dragonborn. Right, he goes by Neo.
I don't think I can do a French accent very convincingly.
Oh,
There's no such thing as France, so it's okay.
Yeah, that is.
Are you guys okay with me butchering a French accent for all
Wait.
of this? That may turn British at
Well-
points.
Sort of a cosmopolitan
It's a-
character.
It's very
oh,
European.
God,
Lord,
this is
hi.
so bad.
Ooh, can I be like a demolitionist?
Yeah. What about
There is
an artificer?
nothing that I don't think you can blow up.
Well, Adam, an artificer.
Yeah.
You're a tinkerer who likes to blow things up.
Nice.
Even better.
I can pull things up.
Oh God, we could go a little like honey heist with this.
Oh, the whole thing plays out as like an episode. Like we have to have that Ocean's 11 leverage scene where, all right, so you're gonna go into the front door and bring it in your briefcase, dressed like a Hawaiian tourist with a pair of corrective socks. And you're gonna come in later like a very, very, very heavily Barbara Mandrell fan. I know it's a little dated as a reference, however. Sorry. Hi, tonight I'll be playing the role of unmedicated ADHD.
All right. So, B, you are a dragonborn rogue, you said?
Yes, so I am the Dragonborn rogue named Neapolitan. I am a white Dragonborn rogue.
Okay.
Okay.
I in terms of background, I have a wife named Maris, who we've never seen.
Okay.
Married into money, but I do the rogue thing on the side.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Excellent.
So
Adam
because-
J, how about you?
I am an Earth Genasi artificer named Lamont. I don't actually know what specialization he gave me. But I'm just going to go ahead and assume I'm good with explosives.
I like it. Adam D. Oh, sorry.
And I'm just going to lean into it. I believe all problems can be solved with enough explosives.
Oh, Lauren is slapping all of this.
Thank you, Lauren.
All right.
I'm a ne'er-do-well, half orc, named Barry, with a profound propensity towards herbalism.
For a second, with the profound propensity, I thought it was going to be towards alliteration.
A
But
profound propensity towards procrastination.
Now, Ray, do you usually describe yourself as a ne'er-do-well?
Oh my God, you're the Continental.
I was going with Barry because you would said Neapolitan, and I thought maybe I could be Barry, and we could have flavors.
So we got Lemon, Berry,
Berry.
and Neapolitan.
yeah, we call ourselves the Palette Gang.
Right.
Jack, you remember when you had a thought of maybe doing a serious backstory?
Yeah, at one time, perhaps. At one time. But that is for another era.
Just wait.
It is not for today.
Or some day in the future.
But this still has flavor, yes?
Perhaps that is still a possibility.
This story will have flavor. This is true.
It already, that's plenty of flavor.
I associate Berry with truth.
So, okay, I am going to go a little honey heist in here. Who's the brains?
Not it.
The brains.
It's probably Barry.
Is Barry-
Barry is the brains. It's the B thing. I'm also the body.
That it would fit with the alliteration.
Body
Bury
the brains.
Bury the brains.
No,
Barry
I think this works.
the brains.
This works.
Way?
Oh.
Prefer not to think?
All
I
right.
just stand in the background and confirm things.
My man Lamone here is sharp. Tangy even.
I feel like he's a little sour.
Way.
All right. So, my gang of 3 ne'er-do-wells.
Berry, Lemon, and Neapolitan.
The palette gang.
The Palette Gang.
We hang out by the docks and, we steal things by the pallet. That's what we do.
Which of the three of you flip and catch the coin in your hand, like when you're standing on the corner?
Probably me.
All right.
I heard things.
Things.
Heard things.
Good things.
Some things.
Bury the brain, bury the bodies.
Barry with the body bag. Disposing of the body.
Body bag bury with the brains.
Body bag, Barry with
So, Lemon, probably just every solution is we're going to need more gunpowder.
Not necessarily. There are many things that you can blow things up with. There is but one option.
Just as a minor character, instead of doing the fake cigarette front side, kind of do it like this one, like
Oh, yeah. That's
Okay,
perfect.
you have to do the twist up.
Only there are many ways in which you can make something not exist anymore.
Just
So, what kind of? So you guys are living in this sort of borderlands between the forest, the mountains.
There we got the border.
What? How do you? What types of criminal activity do you get up to, or maybe not? Maybe criminal activity is too harsh. Maybe it's just things the establishment doesn't smile upon.
I think what we do is we run a bit of a protection racket, and we get things by the case. You know, when they fall off trucks.
wagons mean.
But yeah, well, you know, whatever culture wants to call them.
And a little bit of burglary.
It's not really burglary so much as
Who said criminal?
uninvited entry.
It's, we're not invited so much as we are inside.
Breaking in.
Criminal? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
He's not breaking and entering if the wall has suddenly decided to no longer exist.
Limon is the philosophical one.
Lemon has appeal.
We need a pun counter tonight. All right, so you all doing a little protection work. At this point in his wanderings, is Baron on his own, or is he maybe traveling with a caravan? Or
I would say that to some degree he's had a couple of hit or misses on his omens and his signs, so he has linked up with a traveling caravan, making his trek a little bit easier. Still doesn't feel comfortable there. Like he doesn't feel like he's really a part of it. He's kind of afraid that he'll get betrayed by it. So he's been looking for a convenient reason to kind of but he'll kind of come in on a caravan.
all right. So I'm going to change up the music for my own sake, since I'm sorry you guys can't hear it tonight. I don't know why.
While you are changing the music, and a production note for the audience, there has been a quarter down to my right for well over a year that has been left on the floor. It is the lucky quarter. And it has been waiting here for me to play a character who flips it.
We've had a quarter on the floor for a year?
Yeah.
Has nobody picked it up?
No, we have left it there.
We left it there.
Knowingly.
I didn't leave it
It
there.
is the lucky quarter.
I would have picked it up and put it in a Galaga machine or something.
Nice.
So, Baron, you're traveling with this caravan, and it's been a bit of a tough go for you. A few of these folks are from the Empire. There's one merchant who's kind of lording over everybody else in a very obnoxious way. And it's while you haven't been unwelcomed, they certainly haven't gone out of their way to make you feel welcome. And as you've been walking along through just the absolute stillness of the air and sort of the quiet of the forest just leaves you frustrated in a lot of ways. You're desperately looking for signs and trying to figure out which way to go and what to do and where you're supposed to be. And as you all are traveling along, you hear this from the lead wagon. And it's not a very big caravan. It's about 3 wagons long. And they stop. And make a perception check for me.
Okay. Out of all the stuff, I totally forgot to bring my dice bag out. Oh. That's all right. Clinical roll, randomized dice. Come on. Actually, can someone just roll a d20 for me?
I'll roll one for you.
Just to speed it up. I'm sorry about that.
12 plus whatever your modifier is.
Okay, so you said 2.
Okay, so 14. Yeah, even though now, where would he be standing in the caravan? Would he be towards the front, the middle, or the rear?
I'm kind of in the middle because that
Okay.
is where Baron is in life at this moment.
Gotcha. Yeah, so up ahead you see there's what looks like a rather large branch has fallen across the pathway. And a few people are climbing down to go get it. Probably 5-10 minute stop. And at that moment you feel a certain pull, a certain calling. It's nature's calling.
Oh, I see. More
A,
than,
a familiar call.
yeah,
Familiar call.
more than one log to move today.
And
It was too. I'm sorry. It was too easy.
ding.
Pressing button 1 or button 2?
Yeah, so two apparently.
But,
Yeah, I'm gonna go kind of sneak off to water the plants.
all right. As you're walking through, trying to find it just a little bit out of sight, where would you three be located to jump this caravan?
Oh. Probably in the woods, also answering nature's call. This is a very popular watering hole.
All right.
No conversation.
So as you're looking, you come around this corner and you see this large half-orc. What kind of weapon, like, how is he dressed? What does he look like?
Well, I think it would be weird if he was wearing a shirt.
Why would it be weird for you?
Because he's my character.
None of your characters wear shirts.
Hey, everybody plays a type, you know?
Exactly. My type just happens to be
Shirtless.
so he's shirtless, wearing a kilt. He's
And he-
hoisted up.
All right.
I don't see why not. We're improvising, right?
Yep,
He's wearing a
yep.
kilt.
He's wearing a
And
kilt.
He's wearing shoes.
Mhm.
Also.
All right. Any weapons on him?
He has. I have to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to think of something that starts with a B. Books. No.
Bolos?
Bolos. Yeah, he's got.
Bolos.
Also, he's wearing a bolo tie. Also, Harry does have a bolo tie. It's just a bolo tie. He's not wearing a shirt. It's a collar.
And
with a bolo tie.
Broadsword.
Broadsword. Cool. Barry's got a
That is from
Very
Ska
experienced
Man.
broadsword.
great. Thank you
Nice.
very much, Skyman, for the broadsword. Barry's got a broadsword.
Barry with the broadsword. All right. So Baron, as you walk through the bushes, you come across Barry, bare-chested with a broadsword.
Bare-chested Barry with a. I was also carrying a body bag.
Not at all
With the body bag and
suspicious.
the broadsword is in the bushes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it a body bag with a body in it, or is it just an empty bag?
No, it's for the. We're gonna take out the caravan. So
For now, it's Baron.
it's just
How
it's
brazen.
a Baron
Body
body
bag.
bag.
Yeah.
Wait, meaning it's for Baron? Because I.
I don't know you. Could be.
I'm terribly sorry. I didn't realize. Are you separated from a group? Or?
like a
What does it look like?
like a circus.
What does it look like I'm doing?
I'm not sure, but I don't get a very good feeling about
Well,
it.
listen. Why don't you just sit this one out here, buddy?
What do you mean?
I think you might want to walk west. Keep on walking. I don't think this is a good time for you to be with that caravan.
Well, to be quite honest, it's just my opinion versus your opinion. So I don't really know if that's all too grand of a suggestion. Just one man alone doesn't really carry that much weight, huh?
Barry, the explosives are ready to go. They're clearing the tree now.
I see. Maybe I'll Find another spot.
I think that might be best.
Are you going to hurt anyone?
We might. That's what this body bag is for.
Baron starts running towards the caravan, yelling at the top of his
I
lungs.
will throw a bolo.
Make an attack roll.
I have a no modifier whatsoever on this. But I just so happen to have an 11.
All right. What's his armor class at this point?
At this point, oh geez, I would probably need to, what the heck is equipment? There we go. Just seeing if it's, because he doesn't have any magical or anything. It's just leather armor, so that would be about the same, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so 14?
14? Okay.
Yeah, high dex.
So the bolo goes just a little bit wide on the attack. I will say, though, Neo, you see this guy running by you, starting to
Well,
yell.
that's right, because I'm standing out in the middle, looking all foppish, standing in the middle of the road to stop the caravan.
So what do you do as you see this guy starting to run?
I take the rapier that I'm using to clean my fingernails,
Mm-hmm.
and I take the blunt end and I whap him with it like a baseball.
We're a little like a team.
Go ahead and make an attack. Make an attack roll.
How about a 17?
That's gonna hit.
with the handle end of the rapier.
Yep. So go ahead and roll damage to include your sneak attack.
Batter up.
You didn't see this one coming.
Oh. Oh my God, this is bad. So, Jack,
Yeah?
I'm real sorry. I maxed that out.
How bad?
So that's a 1d8 plus 2 plus 1d6. So I got 18.
Okay, that's definitely more than half.
I was hoping you were unconscious.
No, I was looking for a total unconscious as well.
Yeah.
Just for
Narratively,
story.
would you be okay with that?
I would be, considering that it was whacked for that much, I would say that me being like, hey man, how about me getting out of here? Hey,
Yeah.
how about me getting knocked out?
All right. So narratively, you just come and you just smack him right in the back of the head, and he just like
two-handed. I've got follow through. I heard about this guy named Kenneth Graffee the third. He's got a good
Third.
swing.
You put a little oomph into it.
All right. So you all take care of this guy who's getting in your way. And just about the time it connects, there's this big cocoon. And there's definitely lots of yelling and chaos happening in the forest.
Boom.
You go in and gather your things. What types of or what kind of goods would you all be looking for? Is it mostly just looking for currency, or are you looking for specific things to trade?
What do you think? Anything of value?
Trade, right?
Yeah, it's that way we can fence the goods, make it a little less untraceable or more untraceable. I never learned the word.
Take it to the black market.
Barry's he's the fence. He's the
Brains.
Barry's the brains.
He's the brains.
Taking the bounty to the black market.
All
Like
right.
the berry.
Oh, I love it.
So from this caravan, there's they're traveling with some larger things. There's actually some supplies of like different rices and grains going across. But the thing that strikes you, because Barry, you know loot.
Looking for the barley.
You find a little bit of barley, but the bigger thing you find is actually bolts.
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 Barry loves bolts.
Barry loves the bolts.
Bolts. What are we going to do with the bolts, boss?
And you're able to get
the bolt.
3 good-sized bolts of silk. You figure the 3 you could fetch a few hundred gold easily, if not more, if you find the right seller or find the right buyer.
bonus.
It's a bunch of bolts.
It's a bonus bunch of bolts.
And we had a blast doing it.
Boom! Get the big time.
For buku bucks.
As you all are leaving the caravan with your haul,
Oh.
you come across the unconscious body of Baron here.
Put him in the body bag.
He is not dead, though.
No, we'll take him out of here, though.
What should we do with him?
What are we doing? Hey, boss, what are we doing with the caravan riders?
Well, they didn't see us, so leave them.
I believe the smoke screen was very effective.
This one saw us, so I say we take him with us.
It looks a little green around the gills.
Little blasé.
I think he can be trained,
Are you thinking our team needs one more member?
as long as his name starts with a B. Here's hoping. I didn't
My
ask.
name does not start with a B.
Wait, my name doesn't start with a B.
I know.
Are you forming a new gang?
Are you schisming?
I know. I just kind
It
of
seems unfair, is all I'm
I
saying.
call you
So-
buddy. I call you bro. It'd be nice if I didn't have to make a
You know,
nickname
he does
for
call
him.
me bro.
I thought it was a cultural thing.
I figured it was a term of endearment. I didn't know it was a thing.
No, it's exhausting.
So, you all make your way to the hideout. What is your hideout like? Tell me about this. Is it a cave? Is it a shack? Is it a tree house?
You have imaginary food.
It's a blue bungalow.
Bunk
I
beds.
would even say it's a beautiful blue bungalow.
Many bunk beds.
Mhm.
A basement.
Bordered by banana
A
tree.
back porch. Welcome to the House of B.
We also have an apiary.
Bon Bon?
Hey, what?
We have an apiary because we like to raise bees.
Ah, nice.
There's a nice balcony as well. Overlooks the banana trees.
Beautiful.
All right.
Well,
So,
Wake up.
do you tie him up or anything, or are you just gonna unzip the body bag and?
We definitely bind him.
How many B words can we fit in one episode? Like that South Park
Yeah, we just
episode.
I don't know how long this joke can go for.
we will stretch around for as long as it goes.
Heck yeah.
Buddy.
I thought he
Yes.
was Buddy.
What? Oh, you mean him? I see.
That's a betrayal.
I do hope his name
Baron,
starts
you
with
wake
B.
up with this half orc.
Wait.
So, did you put a sock over your head, Barry?
to like hide his face.
No. He's already seen our faces.
Okay.
I was going to unzip the body bag. He's still wrapped in the body bag like a mummy.
Mm-hmm. All right. So,
Yeah. He's gonna wake up and just take a swing at you.
all right.
Take a swing?
You are bound, so you have to.
Oh, I'm bound. I'm gonna try to do going from the Macho Man playbook, trying to do a double axe handle, just trying to do a two-fisted. I know it's awkward, and the roll actually fits with my predicament.
It does, because you rolled a 3.
Yeah.
So he comes out trying to swing at you and kind of overcorrects and kind of doubles over on top of the bag.
What's your class name?
Druid.
Where are you? Where have you taken me?
Mark,
this
Harry,
place?
you're in our blue bungalow. Check out the balcony.
Who are you? And what did you do with the caravan?
You want a banana bonbon?
I want some answers. That's what I want.
Listen, you look like a ne'er-do-well.
I look like a man whose hands are tied.
Yeah, yes. What are your hopes and dreams?
What?
What? What's your name?
Baron?
Yes!
called it, boss. You called it.
Oh boy.
Are all
Listen.
of you drunk?
What?
Are you drunk?
No, we haven't had any booze.
That will come after your answer to his questions.
Why am I not dead?
I thought maybe you had some, maybe a specific set of skills.
I refer to them more as a particular, but sure.
There you go.
Well, there's always a bigger word. So, did you kill those people in the caravan?
I didn't count the bodies.
That didn't answer my question.
I don't think they're dead. My boy Limon is good at his job. Mostly, we're just in it for the money.
The explosion would not have hurt anybody. It was a simple smoke screen.
I was a distraction.
Get in, get out, get the moolah. It's a simple, easy work. You look like you might be interested in a little extra work. We thought maybe you could pitch in your skills.
I don't really favor the idea of hurting innocent people.
What about throwing smoke at innocent people and then taking their stuff?
Who got hurt? Who did anybody get hurt?
He did.
I didn't see
He
anybody
did. You
get
hit him in the face with a.
But look at
Oh.
he's fine.
He has got you there, though. You did whack him good in the
Well, he happened to be going by while I was practicing my swing, and the fact that he occupied the same air as my sword, just, it happens.
Listen, let's let bygones be bygones.
Bully for you.
Only for me. So I'm the lucky one.
No, you could have been hurt.
Why didn't you kill me?
You seem like a nice guy. Your name starts with a B. It was meant to be.
Baron, at this point, there's this stirring in the trees. And this breeze looks through
Thank
the
you,
bunk.
Megan.
And the fresh air just it comes across your face, and it's the first bit of movement in the air you've felt in days.
So I have a few skills. We've established that. Could you possibly teach me more? There's a person that I need to revisit someday. Could you teach me? Let's just say I have a debt that I need to repay. You might be the perfect people to help me with that.
Can you pay?
I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about blood.
So you were concerned that we were hurting people. And
No, we're talking now about a person that deserves it. Not just random strangers trying to make a living. If you can help me do that, yeah, that I'd like a piece of.
We do need a fourth for the extra job.
We do have a job coming up. We might need a fourth.
Might be a bit of a bully, though.
He's a bit of a bully.
He seems like he can handle himself.
He tried to hit me.
This is being a little barbaric.
I was beaten. I decided to try to return it in kind.
All
I'll
right.
take your offer. Give me a chance. Let me see what I can do.
Can I see if Baron is lying about this? Or he's going to try to punch me?
Most certainly. And Baron, you can roll persuasion or deception. You can whisper roll that to me if you want to.
I'm actually going to say that my goal is not to punch him.
Okay.
I got a 13.
13. Okay. So, and you can read. He seems to be being honest. There was definitely anger in his voice when talking about the person who deserves it. You can see this person who would definitely hurt those who he thinks deserves it, but right now that doesn't feel like you.
All right. I don't have a knife on me, so I look around.
All right.
Hand in my rapier. It's a bit bothersome if you don't grip it like way down here.
That seems like a dangerous way to hold it. You hold it that way, you're liable to cut your hand. Hold it.
Listen, Baron, we're about to have some burgers on brioche buns. You interested?
Could we possibly butter those buns? It makes it better.
You're speaking my language, Baron.
We got any beer? Did we get any beer?
There's no beer. We gotta head to the
No
brewery.
beer in the bounty?
No, we gotta head to the brewery. Get the beers.
No bitter beer for the buttered buns on the brioche,
We do
which
have
makes the
bourbon.
burger better.
We do have bourbon.
Oh, bourbon is good.
So the basics.
No, we have bacon burgers on brioche buns, buttered.
So, you all spend the next couple of weeks making lots of B puns and B words.
65 B words later.
I like to think that the montage literally just has a dictionary going through
And then finally, bystander. And then we get out of the fade.
And so, in those couple of weeks, you have taken Baron on a couple of jobs. What would his first job have been? What would have been the warm up just to see how much he can be a part of the group?
Beat me up.
Beating up the dragon.
Beat up the Dragonborn.
Is this a job or is this like a training montage moment? That doesn't really seem like who what's the job?
We gotta
in which he
test-
has to actually
We gotta
beat you
test
up?
his mettle.
What's the-
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that
and that's
makes
like,
sense. That's the training.
yeah. I think, yeah, beating you guys up would like some brawling, if you will.
Definitely some brawling.
Some brawling might be part of,
That
training.
boss would like that.
yeah. Brawling with the boss.
Well, brawling for the boss.
The 4-person job you guys had, what was this one going to be?
I think it's a heist.
Bank heist?
A bigger heist, something bigger than
It's a big
than
bank.
carts.
It's a big bank.
Darren, what's the heist?
I like the idea of like a big bank. What I'm thinking though is, again, just one of my suggestions is while I'm in this vulnerable state, I think that you guys as criminals kind of recognize that, like robbing poor people or whatever is something that you wouldn't necessarily cop to. So it might be like rich barons or, like small time kind of like a Mr. Potter, like, one of those kind of deals.
Okay.
People who are screwing over the poor. So let's rob, like, it's almost like you're putting it like a Robin Hood kind of a deal.
What about a property developer?
Yeah, something of that sort,
Oh.
like an evil villain in an 80s movie.
Was that a reference?
I think it's the
Jack,
bad
to
guys
It's a
from
Wonderful
Ferngully.
Life?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought so. It's Mr. Potter's place.
Mr.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Well,
Mr. Martini's place.
Well, it's Gerald's place.
Oh,
Where the bank has no money.
It's
So-
infested with spiders.
there's a lake
That's all right.
off to the east of where you all are with some beautiful land there. And it's over the course of the few weeks that you all have been together, Baron, it's become one of your favorite spots. It's very untouched. And one of the days while you all are relaxing there, having a beachside barbecue,
Basically done.
you notice that so you hear horse hooves coming in, and you're able to put out your fire and hide to look, and you see definitely some fancy noble types. Trying to think. Say we have a half elf, and they've got a contingency of guards. mostly human. You do see another half-orc in there. And talking, oh, yes, well, I see what you all meant. This is a lovely area. So, we'll knock the trees down over there, build the estate there. I think the town shouldn't be anywhere near the lake. I don't want it to disrupt my view, so back further, we'll just clear out as much of the woods as we can, make a small little town here. So be a good seat for my barony. Well, yes, this is a perfect spot.
So is it just me there, or are other folks with me?
I'd say all four of you are there, observing this guy.
Hey, boss.
It would appear we have lost our good vacation spot.
Hey, boss. These bozos talking about bowling over our barbecue beach?
Seems to be.
Do you know who they are?
Do I know who these people are, Mr. Potter? This person?
Make a history check.
I figured since you're the brains, maybe you know the people.
Natural 20.
Oh, yes. You would have seen this half-elf. He was recently given the title of Baron by the local duke in Castine, which is the largest town, probably about 4 or 5 days ride away. You would have known that he saved the duke's life, and as a reward was given a barony over this area. You knew it was basically he was given a barony, but you kind of thought, sucks to be him, because it was completely wild land. There's nothing there, so no taxes, not going to be any good. But seems like he has different plans for this area.
How many people are with him?
I've got there's one person who's acting as a guide, who seems to be a huntsman type, and then 4 guards.
Ooh. Megan, I had an idea.
Okay.
To really dive into the heist idea, which you can choose to reject as the game master.
Or
okay.
regret.
Or either of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since he is not of wealth himself, but was given this land, but needs money in order to develop the land, what if he took out a sizable loan from somebody, which he is keeping himself in maybe a personal vault, which he's going to use in order to develop the land? But if he suddenly lost his sizable loan, he would be in deep, deep trouble with some very dangerous people.
Deep doo-doo with dangerous.
That is exactly what has happened. And you all know that because Barry, you're friends with this loan friends, acquaintances, buddies,
associate
with this loan shark. Who is he? Who is this dangerous person that Mr. Eldon Potter would have borrowed money from?
Love to have the chat help us name this person.
Excellent.
I'd love to do a Ouija style where they just throw some letters into the chat, and then one by one we add them together to make a word out of it.
So there's a delay.
Yeah, there's going to be a little delay. So yeah,
we're looking at our
throw some letters, single letters into the chat to make a word.
All right, we got an M, we got an H, we got an X.
This is Yiddish?
Vowels.
Next.
Mecca lecca high, mecca henny ho. Mecca lecca high, mecca Johnny ho. Sorry.
All right, his name is Max.
Yeah.
Max.
Yes. Oi. Max.
Yes.
Oh, with an I.
Oi. Oi, do I know the numbers? Max Lee.
His name?
Because there's an L and an I there as well.
It can be both. His name is Maxley.
Mixley.
Mixley. It's got a exhausting whatever
Mixley.
Yeah.
Mixley.
I don't remember what the phoneme.
Mixie.
Mixley P.
Mixley P. What species is he?
Mixley, well, my good colleague Mixley P. Mixley P is probably a what is the name of the Underdark gnome?
Oh,
Svirfneblin.
Svirfneblin.
He's
Oh.
clearly a Svirfneblin.
Nice.
Mixley P is Svirfneblin.
Oh.
And if we say his name backwards, does he go back?
Quicksilver.
Yeah,
Whatever his name is.
Actually, it was dangerously close to being
It was.
a progression.
He's definitely a Svirfneblin though.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh.
All right.
Maybe he
And-
really doesn't tolerate those jokes.
The joke about being Chris Pixley.
Yeah, he has a tendency to stab people that make that joke.
Nobody's trying to say your name backwards.
How about I stab you backwards? How's that, huh?
So, yeah, and so you would know that this newly appointed Baron has been granted not really like his own estate, but basically like he's being allowed to use this very decadent hunting lodge that belongs to the Duke, sort of on an extended stay until he's able to establish his home within these woods.
Lemon would like to volunteer to scout ahead and basically become one of the staff in the lodge to like scout for what does the lay of the land look like. We're gonna do a heist. Somebody's gonna be the
The
inside.
long game. The long game.
Excellent.
I like it.
Maybe as a butler or somebody in the kitchen or something like that.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be Lemon's role, is to go in and to infiltrate the people there. I love this. What are the other roles, boss? What's everybody else doing? How are we handling the rest of this?
I'm going to say that Baron is starting to discover his full affinity with the bow. So he's going to try to become a member of the hunting lodge.
Ooh.
To possibly go on a hunt with the Baron, maybe even challenge him to an archery contest.
So you're gonna pose as the wealthy Mark,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
the one who's gonna buy up some of the land after the stuff is
Kind of. I'm looking at kind of like a Steve Martin or Michael Caine character from Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Yes.
Sure,
Actually,
sure.
hold on, Jack.
Yes.
I will be the Steve Martin to your Michael Caine. Okay? I will be Neapolitan will be the oafish fop who is pretending at pretension.
Oh,
Well, you're the over the top.
I'm the one that's going to make you look good.
I thought you
yeah. I
were
was just gonna say you make this.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be the Steve Martin to your Michael Caine.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. And what's Barry going to be doing in all this?
I think Barry's in the watchtower with like sending stones or something.
he's organizing the whole thing.
Or is Barry a bodyguard?
Oh.
Or Baron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I worry a little bit that Barry might be recognized.
Good point.
Oh,
Good point. Okay.
especially with the underworld stuff.
Yeah. If this guy went to Mixie P, the Sphere Nolan, he might have other underground connections where somebody around him might recognize him.
Okay.
What
So
if-
he's
what
gonna
if-
lay low a little bit.
But what if there's a possibility of you going to Mixie and letting Mixie know that we were trying to set this guy up to default on his loan, and that might be in his interest?
So, Adam, what do you think?
In classic
Leverage
no,
slash
heist fashion, we wouldn't
Gotcha.
tell Mixie that the guy's going to default, because then Mixie won't get his money.
Yeah.
What Mixie cares about more than anything else is money. And
Fair.
so we would want to keep this from Mixie as much as possible. And Mixie might even start to suspect that we might be involved, which would mean that he would, but the only one he really knows is Barry. So then Mixie starts sending people after Barry, but Barry then has to send them off on some alternate trail.
So you're the red herring.
You're the red herring.
Mm-hmm. So I can't be seen there. I gotta make sure that I'm seen somewhere else far away across the continent.
Gotcha.
I'll just make sure they
or specifically pulling another heist.
Oh, I'm gonna get arrested somewhere else, so I have a clean alibi. It doesn't. I mean, not really clean, but it's like it's in character, an in-character alibi.
But
gotcha.
At the end of the heist, we find out you were arrested by a cop who you already know.
He's on the payroll.
Who's on the payroll?
Brilliant.
Perfect.
Nice.
Love it. Love it.
All this is happening. I've also got sending stunts.
Also,
Okay.
the arrest is a setup for Mixel, who basically, who he thinks he's setting you up to be arrested.
Mm-hmm. But then the credits roll as we're driving into the sunset.
Yes.
All right.
This literally is like if you've ever played the Leverage role-playing game by Margaret Weiss. There's a role-playing game based on that TV show where
really?
you set the heist in reverse. That's what your adventures are. So it's a pretty cool system to check
cool.
out.
I gotta read that.
I actually DM'd a game for a while that was based off of Leverage, but it was DMing on beast mode because I had 4 players. 2 of them were other DMs, and the other 2 were fantasy authors.
Oh man, that's
One of them
cool.
helped write
Wow.
1E.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
I could not pull anything that they couldn't be like, nope, and then we'll cleverly get around everything this way. Like, think of my feet as much as I can. All right. So let's start off. Appropriately, we will start off with Barry. Everybody's gotten set up in their places. So how does he go about finagling this arrest and getting himself conveniently locked up, but not locked up?
Barry's gonna pull just close enough to being successful heist so that he still looks good, but then the cop is gonna do a big show of Barry, I got you now. And then he's gonna handcuff me and I'm like, I thought I had a future, and they're gonna throw me into the back of a paddy wagon.
All right, go ahead and make a either deception or performance check with advantage because you're most definitely getting help with this.
Okay, deception or
Performance.
Performance. Okay, first roll is okay. First roll is better. I got a 14.
14. All right.
I'll do performance. Not that it matters. It's the same.
Okay.
bonus.
All right.
I also imagine there was a scene before all of this where we were having a discussion about how to do the heist with plans on the table.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, maybe we should do that.
And all of the references are references that nobody in the audience actually understands. If we really want to pull this
Until
off,
they
we will
play
have to
out,
pull it
right.
Brazilian. Is
Yeah.
the only way, I believe.
No, we don't have enough men for that.
You was thinking Michael Caine?
I'm thinking a baby bump.
Oh. With a baby bump, you will need an explosive that is larger than I can provide. Not within that small space.
No, not a baby boom, a baby bump.
As long as we
With the
make
baby
sure
bump,
that
we
there's
need
at
2 more
least
men.
3 levels. 5 would be way too much at this point.
What about a seesaw Saturday?
Oh.
Not a seesaw Sunday.
Do it backwards like we did in Morocco.
That's a day of rest on Sunday.
We might need a little break in the middle.
I think it sounds good.
So we do a seesaw Saturday.
Followed by a small baby bump.
Wrap it up with a Tokyo Sandblaster.
Oh. This will be the biggest Tokyo Time Blaster anybody has ever seen.
But what do we do?
Plus, you are asking Baron to have to pull off a massive Ella Fitzgerald.
But I've learned so much in these few short months.
I'm not sure that you can pull it off.
Trust me, I'm the fella to do the Ella.
No. Let's give him a banana peel.
You sure? You think he can pull off a banana peel?
He could do a banana peel.
It's a brown banana peel.
You said to me months ago that you'd give me a shot because you saw something in me. Please, let me be the fella to do the Ella.
Full fruit basket?
Can you handle the full fruit basket, Baron?
I can do it. Trust me.
Since he saw Sunday it is.
All right, Seesaw Sunday with Tokyo Sandblaster from the top to the bottom.
This is no fun for you, Barry.
What about the baby bump?
Just
I will handle the baby bump.
Lamone's got the baby bump. Barry's
Hand-
got it.
Hands in, everyone.
This will be the biggest job in the area. Stories will be told.
On 3,
Right.
go B team.
B
Go
team.
B team.
Remember when we were Pallet Gang? Now,
We've
We've
elevated
elevated
This is
ourselves.
a name. This is
now that Baron's here with the B team. This is fun.
Oh, Scarman thrown into, but who's going to do the Betty Boop?
Noah Deer's making me lose it. I can't read this anymore.
All right. So, Barry, you go ahead and are pulling out this heist and getting arrested. Now, you do see as you're being pulled out, Maxwell P was at the place you were trying to rob and has a little bit of a look of suspicion as he's thumbing through his cards, but it just kind of shakes his head at you as you were brought into the slammer.
You know me, Mixley P. I'm a ne'er-do-well.
Right up, come on, you're getting ahead.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm being arrested.
And as you're on your way out, Mixie P calls out, if you need bail bond, you know how to get in touch with me.
You got it, Mixley.
And you are brought to one of the way Castine has their jail system set up. It's not centralized. There's just lots of smaller, mostly like guard barracks have a couple of jail cells in them for like their region. This one you were brought into, it's you are seen in there, and just as according to plan, you have your arms hanging out, just kind of standing there. And then after about an hour or so, someone taps you on the shoulder. And you turn around and you see there's another half orc named Benjamin, that you know.
Benji.
And you step on in. He leans his arms out, and the secret passage is open behind you.
Perfect. Bada bing, bada boom. Bye.
Meanwhile, let's go to Lemon. So, how long would he have set himself up in the hunting lodge?
I think he's been there for a couple of weeks now.
Okay.
Long enough that he's gotten a lay of the land, and he knows everybody's names. He knows where the safe is.
Mm-hmm.
He knows the kind of defenses that the safe has. But he also knows he couldn't go in and steal. The safe is well defended.
Okay.
He couldn't steal it on his own.
Gotcha.
Even if he wanted to.
All right.
And then I suspect a butler would work better.
Yeah, I was thinking butler or someone that has a reason to be running all around the lodge.
Right.
Type. So let's see. Roll me perception check. I'll give you advantage. This is to basically say what have you picked up over the couple weeks.
Amazingly, with my random character, I'm trained in perception. I got a 17.
17. Yeah. So you know that the safe is located it's funny. It's on the basement level, but there's basically like a hidden entrance to it. There's a large part of the cellar that is used for storing foods and things like that. There's a dry cellar, there's a wet cellar. And there is a connecting wall between the two. But the safe is down there. It's typically has at least one guard sitting down where the safe entrance is and one up at the top guarding the stairs.
What's on the other side of the safe wall?
So the rest of the basement, there's a stone. It is a stone wall that separates the two.
Okay. So I think that's where the bump is.
Yeah, that seems to be the weakest point of entry.
Is we're gonna blow a hole in the stone wall,
Mm-hmm.
but only after we've gotten the guards to come up out of out of the stairs for some reason, for whatever Jack's character causes as a distraction, or maybe
Neapolitan
causes as a distraction.
All right, and that brings us to our next. Also, would Lamont be like trying to build relationships with the staff, or be doing like what would his relationship be with everybody he works with?
So I suspect the main guy is like a little too closed off to like have his own butler be a guy who's been working with him for only 2 weeks.
Yes, yeah.
But Lamont has built positive relationships with most of the other staff, or at least work to do so, to try to like maintain sort of all the lower end staff of the place. Lamont's been kind of like leaning in and getting the rundown on like, is this guy, do you like him working for him? Is he good employer? I've only been here just a couple of weeks. And like really trying to get a feel for that, and maybe like pull him a little against him when the opportunity arises.
All right, give me a persuasion check. We'll see how well that goes. That's been going over for you.
Yeah, that's so 11.
11? So pretty reasonably. There's a couple people in the kitchen who are particularly friendly and really are enjoying getting to know you. After it's getting towards the end of week 2, that this one of the halflings who works in the kitchen is frantically like trying to cook something, and it's like, oh my gosh, I've got to get this done. This is And you come in and you see her just kind of frantically like scrambling some eggs and putting food together. I just like, Lemon, can you help me with something?
Well, there's no worry. We will solve this together.
The Lord didn't like the eggs he sent up. He threw them all over the place, and so we're trying to make some other ones. These look too runny to you.
No, a little bit more time. They will be perfect. Add a little of that. That will spice it up for you.
Good call. Thank you. God, I really don't like this guy.
Can I interject for just a moment to, so again, kind of borrowing a little from the Ella Fitzgerald portion of the plan, part of what Baron would like to set up is if he's going to eventually challenge the newly titled Baron to an archery contest, I'm going to enact a little dream of me, and put a little bit of woozy powder into the eggs to make him less of a shot on the day of the challenge.
All right.
So why doesn't because is this the day of the challenge?
We'll say this is a little bit before, so that could be something we build into it. And add this stuff in and look, and she's just like, I hate this guy so much.
I totally understand. Why don't you allow me to bring it out to him? If he throws eggs at somebody, it could be me instead of you.
You'll do that?
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you. I don't want to see him again. He's horrible. Thank you.
I saw him hurl something across the room at somebody else. Horrible man to work for.
Yes.
But you always must put on the smile. let him know it does not bother you.
We are completely happy to serve.
Yeah, this. I
And she passes the
Lemon
plate up to you.
rolls his eyes really hard and then gives a flashing smile. It takes the whole tray with it.
Excellent. And so you go up and bring it in, and you see Heldon sitting in his room. He's got, because this is a hunting lodge, it's not like a formal like master suite necessarily. It's more like a large room with a really tacky bed. Like, it's a 4-poster bed, but there's antlers at the top, essentially to hold the curtains across. And like, instead of like actual curtains, it's tanned hides. And it's one of those things of like, there's just like hunting memorabilia kind of everywhere.
Tacky in any time period.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's amazingly bad. So.
And he's sitting at a table, and what he has is basically like a little model of your barbecue beach area. And has been knocking down trees and has this really kind of very over the top manner positioned somewhere. And then like he's kind of building out a town and kind of trying to figure out the best place to lay roads.
I did not see you playing with your dolls again, sir. Sorry.
Baron, are you already there having breakfast with him?
I'll say not quite yet. So we're just establishing you, and then we're going to, because I want to see how these two enter.
Oh my god.
You all breakfast now? I apologize for any delays that it may have caused.
This looks good. They're not runny this time. You're not the usual one who brings food.
No, I apologize, sir. I gave them the rest of the day off. To be fired under your discretion, of course.
Just bring the food. Just go.
Very well. Of course, it will be my pleasure.
And he's just kind of like bizarrely looking, just very kind of taken aback a bit. Give me an insight check.
Insight. 14.
14, not bad. So, as you were in there, one of the things you noticed was like, there's something sort of futzy with the fashion of this time, in this location. What might that thing be?
You said futzy?
Yeah.
Like an odd trendy?
Like an odd trendy kind of thing that's a little...
I'm gonna go with they're big on shoulder pads.
Okay. So the shoulder pads that he has on, you notice that they are actually not on the correct way.
Oh, like upside down or something?
Not quite upside down, but like they're supposed to be installed in a certain way. Like I almost imagine them more like shoulder boards.
Ugh.
So like to kind of give like a proper square form to the shoulders.
Are we like talking heads, big suit shoulders here?
Almost,
or dynasty.
Yeah. And his are not put on correctly. He doesn't have the actual like proper square. Which is just kind of reeking to you of he doesn't really understand fashion. He doesn't really understand how this whole thing's supposed to be. In other words, like very new money. And like one of those, oh god, there was essentially like where you go to get the super expensive haircut and you pay for it, but like they actually don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
just give you a little schwitz.
Yeah.
Emperor's New Clothes kind of thing.
Like the dry martinis where they just wave the vermouth over it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the impression of the drink that is...
Yeah, Oba Lauren is in the chat is saying about the 80s where he had those shirts where they looked like all backwards and stuff.
Yes.
So. All right.
And
so we get an idea. He doesn't know what he's doing as far as being wealthy.
Exactly.
Which is why
Exactly.
treating him like a real wealthy person throws him off.
Yes. Yeah. Like he just does not quite understand how this all is supposed to go down. And also probably doesn't understand how to spend his money either.
Right.
There's that as well. Now let's cut to our faces arriving. First off, how are your characters dressed? How are they holding themselves? What is this going to look like?
I actually want to cut mine over because this has got to be terrible. I want to throw this to the audience for suggestions.
Oh boy.
Like,
Oh boy.
I mean,
How
like,
much fop?
You're foppish and dressed like someone who read about class in a book once and decided to throw everything possible at the max.
So I know you're doing the Steve Martin. Is this basically what's his name from Caddyshack?
I was like Steve Martin, Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield
yeah.
from Caddyshack.
Yeah, basically.
Al Shervick.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
I'm
there's a
imagining
culture.
like if shoulder pads are a thing, like he's got shoulder pads that go up to his head.
Okay, white suit. Okay, we're
White
gonna basically white, like a white tunic, super white tunic, which is great because I'm a white dragonborn.
Yes.
Oh,
And
you
I
are
wear a
styling.
big blue hat, like something I read about that I thought was fashionable, but I'm wearing it backwards.
Yes.
How large
Bell
of a-
bottoms.
Is there a feather in this at all?
Not currently, but no. I'm gonna wear it backwards, or
Oh my god, now you're
Yes.
Clem Kadiddlehopper. You're a red skeleton bit.
A
I'm sorry,
ruffle
no
vest.
one in the chat got
Oh, I
that.
like that ruffle vest.
you know what? And you know they're rumple vest, but
Uh-oh.
will be a sash.
Yes.
There will be a big blue sash. Basically, I am looking like a blue and white candy cane at this point with big shoulder pads. How do I? And I'm a pirate with a riffle-breasted shirt. How am
puffy
I
shirt.
approaching?
Oh my gosh. Randall, if you want to draw this.
A white dragonborn with big talking heads and a cane. Yes, definitely a cane. Dumb
Yes.
and Dumber style. How am I coming? How am I coming into this? Like,
You have to be obnoxious.
I know I have to be obnoxious, but am I doing any particular?
I'm imagining you walking up to this hunting lodge with disco music playing.
All right.
Boom, 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 boom.
I can tell by the way. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Boogie Wonderland.
Okay, Obo Crazy or Obo Lord is asking a great question. If humans have dragon heads on their canes, what would a dragonborn have on their cane?
Gold.
It's just gold.
Just
This
gold.
is gold. This is
John
so
Travolta.
much gold.
Hey, don't mess with the scales.
This is so much gold.
All right. So
Baron. What Baron? Gnome heads? No, we have gold. We have so much gold.
Just
Just
to the accent.
the Baron? Which Baron?
No.
Top or bottom?
Top or bottom.
Yes!
yes, there is Lord Top about
Yes, you there! You there! Walking in, planting it. You there!
My apologies, sir. Are you staying at this fine establishment?
Well, if it meets my standards, then yes.
Well, allow me to show you the way in. The men over here can take your bags.
I have my own men for bags.
My apologies, sir.
My men have run off. What are you going to do about the fact that I have been the victim of thievery?
I assure you, sir, that it is no one in our establishment that has caused you such strife.
I take my cane, I point it at his chest thusly.
Oh, my apologies, sir. I have spoken out of line, clearly.
Yes, remember your place. I plant it.
And
Take
then
me to my dinner.
at this point,
very, very much right.
Walking, planting, pushing
Baron-
behind, like I'm rowing myself forward.
at this point, Baron Potter, what is all this ruskings? What's going on here?
Do you own this establishment?
Yes, this is the place I am staying until my own keep is completed.
Yes, well, I'm looking to find membership at your fine establishment, if it meets my standards. But unfortunately, I was the victim of some thievery not 10 minutes ago. Your man suggested that it might have been someone on the premises.
Oh,
I apologize, sir. This is Lord Top or Bottom.
I didn't tell you my name.
My apologies, sir. You are quite well known within the community.
Yes, as I should be.
Very wealthy investor who I suspect is here to oversee some of the land.
Oh,
I pull
yes,
out
of
two
course.
gold
Join me
pieces.
for dinner. You must join me for dinner then. And
I
at this
pull out
point-
2 gold pieces and attempt to do a terrible magic trick with them. And fumbling them, yes, I have heard that you young and whippersnappers like this magic. Oh, look. Oh, it's from your face. And I give him 2 gold pieces.
And at this
Yes,
point,
thank you so much, sir. If you need anything at all, please feel free to shout.
Baron, your character now arrives, or you arrive. What are you looking like? How are you presenting yourself to this?
I am. I'm thinking that because I'm trying to get myself set across as like a major archer,
Mhm.
I'm going to come in not as garish as like NASCAR sponsorship, but I want to try to present myself like being like the
Elder
dark,
Bo.
silent, sleek, like like I have weird looking patches that have like arrows around, like so I'm kind of like, yeah, you look at me, you know I'm an archer, and it's going to be me attempting to talk in an American accent as Baron.
And so as you're coming in, you walk in, Baron, and he looks over towards you and is a bit confused. It's like, it looks to Lemon or Lemon. Sorry.
Baron, what's your moniker that you're going by?
Well, we what do you think, crowd? Any recommendation for a moniker?
Gotta be something high up. Lord is not bad. Prince is really good.
Yeah.
Principal, though.
Yeah,
No,
Prince is
it-
pretty.
you
Well,
need
unless
to be
it's far
low.
away.
You could be the prince of a foreign land.
Or you could be Prince if you were third in line.
You could be the heir. You could be the pretender to the throne.
Like Stuart?
I like Duke Baron.
Duke Baron.
Duke Baron,
Well-
pretender to the throne of
Well, and what if
Alton.
if you wanted to be from far away, you could be from Skull, which you know is a kingdom quite far to the northeast. It's close to where you grew up, but it's not close to where you are now.
You're going, Duke? Wait, what are you deciding, Jay?
What do you think?
I actually don't mind just the sheer jokiness of Prince Duke Baron.
Baron, remember your name is Duke Baron. I'm talking to you on the sending stone.
We all want your pieces.
I like to call it my talkie Rocky.
Too Rocky.
Yeah.
The Talkie Rockies.
Oh,
Look at you been sitting on that.
oh my God. I
Oh
am
my
Prince
gosh.
Duke Baron.
Prince Duke Baron, it is quite a pleasure to receive you in our fine establishment.
I have heard great talk in this area of wonderful hunting and wish to prove myself in one other area of my prowess of archery. I've heard tell that you fancy yourself quite an archer. Is that correct?
Yes, I am known. That's why I was given these hunting lands as my own to take on as my dukedom here. Baron, or Prince Duke Baron. It's a pleasure to meet you. Are you looking for investment in my community as well?
May I actually make an interruption of
As your character.
As my character, yeah. I take my cane with the gold bar on it, and I start whapping it into metal lamps to get the waiter's attention. Yeah! Servant boy!
My apologies, sir.
I have not been served my meal.
Yes, what is it that you would like to have?
Your attention is going to this newcomer who's walked in. Yes, what is your special?
Yes, of course. We have it is the morning, so we have a lovely scrambled eggs. We put a fine bechamel sauce on it.
A bachelor sauce? I want a married one.
Very well, sir. See if I can have it each.
Thank you. Good man.
Right, well, please join us for breakfast.
I would consider it a great honor to join you for breakfast.
And so sit and go ahead. Each of you either make deception or performance checks, your choice. And I'll say you definitely have advantage because you two are helping each other.
Okay. Oh.
My.
Megan, my role is in the chat.
It is. What did you get?
2-0.
2 natural 20s. This is amazing.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay, so he is completely bewildered by both of you and also engrossed by everything that you're saying and seems to be buying it all. And
I'd very much like to invest in this lodge, but I need to make sure that if my money is going to someone, it is going to someone who has just as much prowess with the drawn string as I have.
well, that makes sense. Are you proposing a hunt?
I am proposing we could do many things. I would propose a hunt followed by an accuracy. So this way, not only do we have your stationary prowess, but also prowess in motion. It measures all levels of skill. At least it's a tradition back in Skull.
All right, I think we could do that. We could arrange for a hunt in the morning. Will you be joining us, Lord Topperbottom, on this hunt?
Pardon me, are you addressing I?
Yes, that is your name, Lord Topperbottom, correct?
I'm sorry, sir. I was engrossed in my breakfast that has not appeared yet. I was waiting in contemplation of things that are too beatific for you to contemplate. But I will join you upon this hunt in the morn. I use my cane. I start rapping on the lamp again.
My apologies.
No.
The breakfast is taking slightly longer than normal, and
Ash told your breakfast. I want my breakfast and my bow.
We've got a carrot to marry the sauce to another sauce in order to have it.
Ah, yes, the
properly
blessed
made.
union of sauces.
Yes, because you have they must travel from some distance away. It is taking quite some time. I apologize.
Good man. Give him another 2 gold pieces.
Oh, thank you. So much, sir.
You are too generous, sir. Too generous.
Not too generous.
You two are
Eventually, you all are led up and shown the plans that he has for this area. He shows you the plans for his keep, which is, we'll say, ostentatious and what would no doubt be an eyesore and completely disrupt the nature and the natural beauty of Barbecue Beach.
I have one problem with this.
What?
It's not big enough.
I quite agree.
It's too subtle.
I couldn't agree more. I'm trying to secure more investment so that there can be expansions. I have a desire to have another wing here and over here, and I think, something up here, a grand tower, perhaps a mage's tower. I hear every good duke has to have a mage.
Yes.
Can there be, like, very clearly, like, there's, like, a cave with little baby bears in it that he's, like, hucking aside?
Yes, completely.
And there's, like, little owls' nests in the trees.
Yes.
He's, like, ripping them up out of the...
Yes, yeah.
We don't need any of this folderol.
Baron has to, like grip his bow handle as he's watching him, like, literally rip the environment.
Yes.
I would love to commit some of my kingdom's fortune to such a lofty architectural endeavor.
I whip the cane around directly to Baron's chest. Are you trying to outdo me, sir?
I wouldn't dream of it, Lord Topperbottom. In my world, everything is a competition.
Well then, to the archery range.
Tomorrow, good sir, after a hearty breakfast.
Do you balk at the opportunity to prove your prowess right now? I take out a very, very dainty white glove. Lacy white glove. It has doilies.
No, it is a doily that has been turned into a mitten, a glove.
No, it's dragon size, but this is about the floppiest, frilliest thing ever.
Is this like a Virgin Madonna glove? Like
bingo. Bingo. VMA's 1984. All right, so I take this out. You balk at the opportunity, sir. I whack you in the face with it. I challenge you to a duel-off.
So a trifecta of the bow.
A trifecta of the... What is that?
Would you like to compete as well?
I need some explaining. What is the trifecta? Pardon your ignorance, but what is this trifecta of the bow?
Would you be interested in joining myself and the Baron in a challenge? The skill of the bow?
Yes.
Do you shoot?
I will shoot.
The bow.
I shoot many bows.
Could you shoot a bow with
I
us
can shoot
also
your bow.
shooting bows? I would prefer if you shot your own, sir.
I take my cane, point in his chest very well.
That's not a bow.
Well, I know that.
Pardon my ignorance.
You take me for? Are you wearing a hat?
Of course.
I use my cane to flip it.
Gentlemen, please, we'll settle this on the morn. And trust that there is plenty of land here for everyone to invest in and for all of us to have estates worthy of our titles.
By your decree, Baron.
And he keeps schmoozing you guys for several hours. So we will cut to that night. At that point, so Barry, you were arrested the morning that this all happened. And so by that evening, you are able to make your way to the hunting lodge.
Barry, are you helping me set up the baby bump?
To the left.
If it goes any more to the left, then there's going to be a problem with the structural sounding of the building. It's going to blow a hole in the support beam. The whole ceiling will come down.
Yes.
Oh, I see. All right.
That's the baby bump. You didn't read the book.
If you want to get the save out,
We gotta make the boom.
then you are going to have a pull.
Do we hear this through sending stones?
Yeah, you guys have all sending.
I'm on the other side of the wall, just setting up the.
Yep.
Looking at the blueprints.
You say 7 feet then?
Yes. Approximately.
Barry, will you be able to set up the explosives at the range? They need to go off at the same time as the explosives down here, or else
Right.
they will not be a proper distraction.
I'll set them up tonight, but Baron, you're the one that's got to make the boom happen. You got to shoot your arrow at the correct location.
If you hit the target correctly, and assuming that the Barry has set it up right, it will explode right along with the same sounds as coming from the house.
No one will know.
Or make sure. So is this like, do I have to speak or is it thought? How does that work?
I think it's a walkie-talkie.
I think it's they're like walkie-talkies.
But this is like at night. You're in your
This is at night in your room. So like I imagine like you guys all have earrings with stones in them that let you hear
Nice.
from the walkie-talkies, and then you have different versions of like what. So what we've kind of established here that Barry's walkie-talkie is actually one that he pushes on to activate it. Now, what's everybody else's walkie-talkie look like?
I would love for mine to be like a wrist watch, like it's almost like a Dick Tracy two-way kind of a thing for me, but it's like a precious stone.
Okay.
Mine is in a ring on my index finger that I keep near my face by holding a handkerchief in front of me.
I think
Excellent.
Lamone's is actually a lighter.
Love it. Love it. All right. Were there any other preparations you wanted to do the night before this heist occurs?
I think that in order to really give a good contrast to the gentility of Baron, Neapolitan needs to continue with the boorish behavior and find an errant loot in the main gathering area of the lodge. Grab that loot and start badly strumming on it, howling songs out my lost boyhood upon the moors of Thistledom.
And because this is a very tacky hunting lodge, the loot, it's a turtle shell is the body. It is not made out of wood.
No loot. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. I start strumming it with the lacy glove on because we do not want to get blisters. And start strumming the lute. Oh, my boyhood upon the loft of Thistledom.
Oh my god.
Thistledom has left me here. in a dramatic flourish at one end of this song, I use my frost breath to fire upward towards the ceiling to try and create a snow effect, which will, of course, get everything sopping wet.
Yes. Yeah, it is a horrible spectacle. This
Wow.
I'm rolling so bad for this guy's insight. But Baird Potter is just like, yes, Lord Top or Bottom, fabulous performance. It's wonderful.
Behind the scenes, my goal is to be so bad with this that it goes out the other side of unbelievability and becomes believable.
Yes, and you are, with his 4 insight check,
Oof.
you are completely nailing that. Now, Baron, you said you wanted to sneak something down into the kitchen to put into the eggs?
Yes, another kind of advanced hint on some of Baron's future ability is his ability to recognize different herbs and kind of their abilities. He just kind of happened upon knowing, some herbology to make him a little bit drowsy, a little bit sleepy.
All right.
So he is less apt for the archery challenge. Not too noticeable.
So essentially like some poppy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give him a little bit of blurred vision once he's on the range.
Gotcha.
My goal was that since Lemon had served the breakfast previously, that he could do it again without raising too much suspicion.
Okay. So do you slip the poppy to Lamal?
Or
Yes,
maybe
yes.
Lemon comes up and brings him the dish while Baron likes it.
Yes.
Yeah, we do one of those things where like you come up bringing the bowl and like it's one of those fast cuts where like
Yeah.
it focuses in on my hand palming, you
Yep.
know, the butt
Yeah.
or the cheese.
I'm gonna say, just give me a sleight of hand, but each of you give me a sleight of hand check, just so we know kind of how this is going off.
All of us?
Ooh, hey.
It's the for Le Mans and Baron.
Just like we practiced.
17.
Dirty 20.
Oh, yeah. Without issue, you guys are able to slip that into the eggs, and we will cut to the next morning before this archery competition.
Can I request a nature excursion very briefly, being it's about 11 my time?
Yes, since it is 11, we'll probably wrap up a little bit before midnight with this, since we're gonna go through this heist. And
Jack, did you say that your character, you're good with herbalism? Is that a thing that is true about Baron?
Yes, just basically his understanding of like nature and things of that sort.
Can we make it into canon that that was part of your training with Barry?
We can build it.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it would be reflected. I have a nature of 4 with part of the selection. So, yeah, that would be a wonderful way to explain it. I like it.
Very cool. All right, go use the potty, Jack.
All right, sorry.
Don't turn off your camera, because we've had that before.
Oh, no. Mine doesn't go off unless I cancel it, so hold on.
Right. We did the camera shuffle last time. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Right, so this has gotten ridiculous.
This is fun. Total improv D&D. I love it.
Oh.
And to the chat and people watching, this idea of taking something but then giving the characters that ability to shape it themselves. I want to say, Adams, I think I learned that from you guys.
Possibly, we do a lot of very improv heavy character backstory building and stuff like that. It's actually a really great technique that we do, some of which we stole from Microscope for placing out scenes. Microscope's a really great thing for doing timelines. The way it's effectively a GM-less game, role-playing game where you build out a timeline of a place, and it can be as wide a timeline as like the start of the universe to the end of the universe.
Called Microscope?
Yeah.
The author is
and
local.
you can zoom into particular moments in the timeline and highlight like what happened. So it might be the war between 2 galactic empires, and you look at like different scenes and moments within those, and then you sort of zoom into those pieces and then role play out the scenes that happen with a idea of what the scene is going to resolve or what are the 2 terms?
That's an Adam Davis.
Oh, that's your. What the scene is going to do and how the scene will end.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's local. He goes to a lot of local cons.
Huh.
We went to Emerald City Comic Con once and went to their story game section, and a friend and colleague of mine was sitting at the table, and I was like, "Oh, I've been always wanting to do this, and I like want to tell this guy I like his work, and then we use it in our groups." And then he just pointed.
He's like
The guy sitting next to him was like, "There's Ben right there."
that.
No, cool. I like your game. I use it in our groups.
Added to my RPG supplies list.
Yeah, I just added it to mine as well.
There's a worthwhile concept within role playing games that when the player doesn't always have to not know what's going to happen in the scene for it to be an interesting opportunity for role play. In fact, a lot of the times you can predetermine the end of the scene and then allow your players to role play within it to make their way towards that end.
And to that end, while Jack's not here, do you guys want your characters to live or die?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because if they live, like,
they could show back up again.
You could show back up again. You guys are heading to that area.
I think they.
You want to do it Ocean's 11 style? One person dies right at the end. The original Ocean's 11.
Spoiler alert.
No, I think they need to live.
Yeah.
I think Barry needs to live at the very least because he's not even there. It'd be weird if everybody died.
Yeah, wow.
Well,
yeah.
might not be if something goes wrong and Barry has to go in.
I think captured.
Oh, maybe everybody's arrested.
Yeah.
No. Then
Well, I also kind of like the idea of like an Ocean's 11 or like the Italian Job kind of thing where you guys all just
walk off. That's also at Ocean's 11 too.
Gosh, you guys. Talking
Sorry.
about the last scene in a bunch of movies. What if the audience has
decade rule. If you haven't seen these nearly 2-decade-old movies,
It's actually totally longer.
Wait, what 2-decade-old movie?
I mean,
well, are we
Ocean's,
talking about the remakes? Or?
Ocean's 11 is.
Well, that was
That's like from the 50s to 60s, right?
So is that.
Sinatra.
but in the original, somebody dies. One of the guys gets shot on his way out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's like super sad, which makes Claire de Lune at the end when they're on that fountain.
Right, that makes it super
It's
tragic.
a totally different feel.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now all of a sudden they're all like they're all rich. And they also all are
Right, but they
going to
lost.
what they lost.
Was it Joey Lawrence?
Whoa.
Not Joey
Sorry.
Lawrence. God, no, Jack.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Joey, you keep up these good grades. You could be the valedictorian.
Boy, the
Yeah,
Rat
I
Pack would
really
be
hate
very
parking
different.
cars.
Different.
Rat Pack would have been very different with Joey Lawrence.
yeah.
Well,
Whoa. All right.
Right. So, cut to the morning of
Wake
the
It's time.
you're very helpful, Barry.
Lamone, wake up.
Too many drinks last night with this server girl is put them away.
I know I was listening.
Oh.
That was it the
Yes.
whole time.
It was beautiful.
oh. All right. So,
A little jealous of what the beautiful thing you had going on with that server girl.
All I did was talk.
It's true. I can vouch for that.
I heard it too. I got a stone.
It was a beautiful conversation.
We were all listening.
It was a lovely conversation. You know, I think most of us go our entire lives hoping for that sort of connection with another person.
I believe it is heights that I shall cherish and carry with me for the rest of my whole life.
You would be a cad to not.
I should have proposed then.
But really, you would have just broken her heart when you disappeared.
She also does not know my real name. She thinks my name is Polly.
With the kind of conversations you had going on, names are irrelevant with that sort of deep connection.
A deep connection. Who am I but a fraud?
I am full of ennui. We are born astride a grave.
Are we all not frauds? Do we all not put on masks?
Oh, wait, we are trying to heist a bunch of money from this wealthy man. I believe we are pretty much all putting on masks. Do you not own a mask?
I own several masks.
It matters little. We are born astride the grave and face annihilation. In the great void.
Why are you talking so different?
What? Oh.
so you all head down to breakfast. Well, Barry's in the woods with his binoculars.
Yep, binoculars and a bagel.
Yes.
A barley bagel?
It's a barley breakfast bagel.
Do you have any other breakfast breads?
No, just
With bacon?
No.
this.
Well, and butter.
Yes.
Maybe just
Wow.
All right. So eggs are served, and
I make sure to show up late.
of course,
Once again, rowing myself forward.
I think in the previous night I gave full permission to treat me terribly as well. Just to really lay in there.
and so Baron Eladrin Potter is sitting there. He's like, good morning. It's an excellent day for our hunt and our archery contest, don't you think? And he's taking a bite. Eggs taste a little different this morning.
It's an absolutely perfect morning.
I slam my fist down, my hand down.
Oh.
You there! Oh, pointing to wherever you are. I wave my cane around. Wherever you are!
in the room yet. Apologies, sir.
Without looking at
you were
you,
joining us for breakfast.
without looking at you, I toss my cane at you.
Oh.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Terrible. 5.
5. You go to catch it, but it's that thing where you're just about, but your hand kind of just clasps a little too late, and it clatters loudly onto the floor.
I pause in the middle of. That better not have been my cane.
My apologies, sir. I shall make sure it is fully taken care of. Any damages will come out of our pay, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Completely out of his pay. You have my assurances. So, I feel there's rumor of stag to the north of the forest. There are some foxes causing problems over towards the west. What game are you feeling particularly good with today, Prince Duke Baron?
Why should he get the choice?
I was going to ask you next. You had a mouthful.
Prince
Because I'm clearly a better archer than you.
You are clearly a better fake.
We'll be able to see that out on the course, will we not?
Oh,
I say.
So you're better? Then your prowess is so up to snuff. Do you have any?
I beg pardon.
Snuff.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Mine was thief.
You seem to have lost quite a bit of things during your stay here.
Well, yes, that was the point of the complaint, wasn't it?
I imagine.
But if you are such a superior archer, should someone else not choose the game to be a challenge?
You may have a more than adequate point. Although Baron, like in his face, he's kind of like, where are you going with this? Like, trying to hide the whole, like,
then I...
off script, Dave, script.
I demand... Where's my cane, boy?
My apologies, sir. I did not know that you wanted it.
Thank you. Pay you to anticipate. I do pay you to anticipate. I slam it down. We shall hunt turkey.
Do your lands have
Can I work on
turkey?
something, Megan?
Yeah.
Can I would like to think that Barry the Brain has done some background research
Uh-huh.
on our mark. And
Yes.
like, that I've like planned this turkey thing as a way, because I know he loves hunting turkey.
Yeah. Excellent. I like it. And he goes,
Okay.
I'll Cyrano de Bergerac that into your ear.
Yeah.
Mention turkey.
We shall hunt turkey as I slam my cane down onto the table.
turkeys, excellent. We've actually been raising some here to release. We could release them and hunt them. You had mentioned you wanted more of a target practice. Perhaps we go out to the adjoining fields here. We can hunt the turkeys.
Yes, gobble, gobble. And I throw my cane back at him.
Dexterity saving throw.
And I'm not gentle about it either. I just...
Hey, commit to the bit.
I actually got a 21, but I would like to go ahead and auto-fail anyway.
Yes, yeah, you go and you know you could have caught it and you intentionally bungle it and it falls to the ground again. And at this point, the Potter turns around and backhands you. It's like, clumsy lout! You must take better care of our guests' things.
Of course, sir.
Yes, good man. It's good to see some good old-fashioned discipline for one's staff.
My apologies to your cane, sir.
Boom!
Make sure it is.
That's like a practice.
So I take by your statement, Baron, that you're also an appreciator of hunting turkey.
I am. It's my favorite thing to hunt.
Shall we say 2 different measures of skill? 1, actually 3. 1, amount of turkeys. 2, size and weight. 3, how close to the heart.
I accept this challenge. And he holds out his hand to you.
Shakes it very just a lot of that,
Make a strength check.
Oh, jeez. And this is where it all falls apart.
Squeeze hard.
Doing my best.
Trying to give you advantage.
Yeah, you got 19.
All right.
That advantage from me.
Upon seeing this handshake going on,
Mm-hmm.
I also accept this challenge, and I hold out my hand.
And he goes to shake it and is just kind of confused by
Like
the...
total dead fish.
Yeah.
Like this.
I really want to see a Superman move here where you use it and then you.
Right.
So you all...
Why do you say these things to me when you know that I will surely kill you for it?
So, Lord Topperbottom and
Yes.
Prince Duke Baeridin are brought out to this large field where we'll say a dozen turkeys are released.
I asked for a dozen, not 12.
Way to go, play dumb.
Can Baron invent the face palm?
Huh?
Can Baron invent the face palm?
Yes, completely.
What did you just do? That was brilliant.
Use it again.
Call that move.
And so I'm assuming then out in this turkey field somewhere, Le Mans has planted the explosives. Or no, sorry, Barry planted the explosives.
Correct.
All right. And so, Lemma, are you going to be giving the signal of when you're going to do the baby bump?
Barry's the one in the trees, so he's the one who has to do the signal to line up with the shot. So Lamont now is in the basement, basically on the other side of the wall, ready with a cigarette. He's like, he's sitting with a cigarette and smoking in the basement, and waiting for the signal from Barry at this point.
I just love the Don Cheadle effect here going.
This is amazing. So I will say, Baron and I forgot your Dragonborn's name. I'm sorry. Neapolitan. Sorry. Go ahead and make a couple of attack rolls with a bow.
Okay.
Right. How many would you like?
Let's see, 3.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Actually, this works perfectly.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
God. Okay. I have never been so happy to get 2 ones.
Oh my god.
It was 17, but I got 2 natural ones.
All right. So first shot. What did everyone get?
15.
First one.
Oh wait,
15?
hold on. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting with numbers.
Yeah, we got to add your proficiencies.
Yeah. 22.
22. And you got a 1?
Natural 1.
All right. So we'll get to your natural 1 in just a second here. So with a 19, the Potter and our esteemed Prince Duke Baron both get their shots off perfectly, very close to the heart. But Baron, you see your shot actually pierced the heart of this turkey. Lord Topperbottom, what happened to your shot?
Well, it goes wide.
I'm imagining you have like a ridiculously fancy bow.
It is it is dainty and extremely small for my frame. My 6'6" dragon frame with big pads. It is no, basically yes. I mean, it matches my gloves. This is a short bow, like
short bow.
Oh my god.
So you have your dainty little short bow, pulling it back and firing.
Oh dear!
And you got a perfect shot and managed to down a sparrow.
As I said, we are hunting bird.
All right, second shots.
Baron looks over at the Baron.
Mhm.
So I suppose the game has already started, and clearly the two winners are apparent.
Huh.
I'm going to
Yes,
take
well, the two. Yeah, obviously, I am the better shot, for I shot the smaller target.
No eye contact, clearly.
Nice. And what's your second?
12 for me.
12. All right.
Yeah, not so good.
Did you get another natural one for the second one?
No, I got a 17 on the second shot.
17. All right. So each of you fire. Baron, you just hit. Like, you do manage to hit it and bring the turkey down, but it's not a heart shot. You definitely got not your proudest moment. But for Neo, you are actually able to shoot one of the turkeys this time with your dainty bow. And the arrow manages to go in, not quite piercing the heart, but it's so small, like it actually fires straight through the bird, but you get a very sizable turkey. And Baron Potter here is so distracted. As he's pulling back, his arrow flicks off to the side, and he goes to snap it, and like the arrow just kind of tumbles onto the ground with his natural one.
Oh, wow. Unfortunate luck there, old boy.
All right. Third shot coming up. All right.
I had a 13 on that one. Not
13. So again, you hit closer to the heart this time, but not and this time Baron Potters is able to, well, he's shoots better and it gets close to the turkey and it like passes through the tail, but it misses. All right, Neo, with your dainty bow.
Dainty bow.
This dainty bow this time. You pull it back. Who's the one giving the shot to send off the explosion here? You. Okay.
That would be
Baron.
Baron is making the shot to hit the trigger point.
All right. Do me a favor, B. Roll a d20 and add 2 to it. What'd you get?
I can't add 2 to this one.
Oh, no.
You got a 20?
Higher than what I rolled.
All right. So, as this shot goes very awry, Barry, suddenly there is a dainty arrow sticking out of your butt.
Out of my what?
Out of your butt.
I shot him in the butt with a nat 20 on that roll.
Another B word. Another B word.
I just start nodding in a satisfactory manner. Wherever it landed, I'm sure.
Buttocks behind bottom.
So before Baron takes the shot to hit the trigger point, he just kind of looks over to the Baron and he says, "You might want to consider to leave nature to its own devices." And then he leans over and he goes, and again, this is maybe a petty reference, but it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that twang. Thereby satisfying the Ella.
I want to signal to Lamone that a countdown. Tell him to blow up the other thing at the exact same time.
Lamone just has a cigarette and he literally just lights a fuse.
Is this one of those 4-panel things where everyone's doing their thing at the same time?
All right. So yeah, you're doing that. The shot goes just past the turkey, and you see him be like, "So you miss as well," as just gong. What does this explosion look like out in the turkey field? What were the explosives that you planted?
Oh, you want me to do them?
Yeah,
Okay. The explosives were set up to basically be like a series of many explosions that sort of keep happening. So like a single explosion happens, it gives just enough time for everybody to go like, "Oh my god, what was that?" And then another explosion happens.
All right.
Like
So
a
that
series-
happens. The guards, hearing this cacophony sound, the guards come running out to see what's going on, and
Where-
then
Where are they running?
they're running towards the explosion.
So are they running past us?
They're running. So you guys are probably a few hundred yards away from the hunting lodge. So they're hearing this. They come out. They see like boom, these things coming up. And they're coming out, and eventually they will run past you guys. But it'll take them a few explosions worth to get there. I'd say about the time they get like 100 or so feet away from the hunting lodge, that's when another explosion happens in the field, and boom, the safe wall opens.
So Lamont set up the explosions to blow the hole in the safe wall, and then all he has to do is push the safe over. And then
Okay.
it lands on a platform, and then there's horses with ropes to just drag the whole safe directly out of the.
Yes.
Oh, oh, oh my
John
god,
Hammer has the deck of many explosions.
that is beautiful.
Um,
I just read that.
so noticing these explosions going off, with the guards going to run past us, knowing that they're coming, Lord Topperbottom starts throwing a tantrum. This is rigged! Getting more and more progressively angry and trying to time my frost breath attack on the ground right as they're about to pass.
Excellent.
The Caddyshack style.
Oh.
Make a dexterity check. Let's just see like how able you're to get the timing, essentially.
21.
Yes. Without issue, you
Nice.
are running around screaming and blast the ground with ice. And as the guards are coming to see what's going on, they just slide in.
Oh, that's awesome.
And at this point, Lemon is, he's got the horses on the cart dragging the safe away. And you see the halfling woman from the kitchens looking up, being like, what's going on? What's this cart?
I think Lamont's like sitting at the top of the cart, and he goes, "Would you like to come with?"
All right.
Lemon.
Leave the hand down.
And she climbs on up.
And he snaps the reins, and the cart takes off. And there's like a coil of rope,
Uh-huh.
and it's like slowly uncoiling.
Yes!
And it's like yank, and the entire safe comes barreling through the
Yes.
the whole place, and Matt bashes into walls and ripping out of an entire wall.
Oh, I love it. And then like as you guys get say like about 300 yards away on the other side of the explosions, at that point that's when the whole house just collapses in on itself. And
Lord Copperbottom starts storming off just in a huff, and as he gets a good far enough away, overhearing the invitation to the young server woman. Hooray for love!
How would Baron escape during all of this, or what would he do?
Baron would totally escape throughout all this.
All right. Go ahead. Both of you just make some stealth checks with definite advantage here because
Okay.
of all of the chaos that's going on.
Who's making the stealth check?
You as well, because you're storming away. You're making it obvious you're
Storming
leaving.
away,
Okay,
making
yeah.
This is preposterous. This is ridiculous. All my money that I spent on this place. The world will hear of this disaster.
Excellent. And yeah, without issue, you're able to sneak off with all the explosions. So
I'm in a tree with an arrow in my buttock.
I think
yes, you are.
Dragon, as they come past.
what's happened?
We'll talk about this later. What do you think?
So we will cut to eventually Barry makes his way back to the jail to swap places and have his alibi well in place.
Nice.
Well, yeah,
As-
the guy has to come in and see that you didn't commit the heist, right?
Yep. Yeah. As you're standing there, Mixie does come down eventually, and it's one of those things of like you just get there in time, and standing at the back of the cell, as he's like, "Someone I know was robbed today, in a very big way."
Bummer.
No idea that you
Yeah.
did it.
I might need your help roughing him up to make sure he finds a way to pay.
You got it, boy.
Hmm.
You got it.
Make sure you get out of here soon.
All right, you take care of me. I'll take care of you. Sleep.
And later that night, you're released. And you all make your way to Barbecue Beach, your meetup point.
Oh, I love Scott Mantis. Is the arrow still in your butt? Maybe it's the whole thing like you're there and you're all kinds of ready, and then but right before the Hixley comes in, like you realize, like you sit a little bit. Oh, you grab the arrow and throw it out the window, like right before he comes in to see.
Completely.
But inexplicably, you made all your way back to the cell with the arrow still in your butt.
Yes.
It was still there.
We seriously do a clinical role fiasco night.
Oh my gosh. I think this is it, isn't it?
Wow.
We basically did it.
We did it tonight. So you all end up at Barbecue Beach. This beautiful, pristine place saved again.
I believe it was worth it. Not bad to get rich at the same time.
Felt good to do things for a good reason, in addition to for money. That felt nice.
I cannot say that it doesn't seem pretty nice. We cannot pull another job in this town.
Boss.
How's the contact with Brent?
It's time to move on. Baron, you coming with us?
Baron, you feel a breeze coming in, the wind's changing directions.
I have to say, I don't think so, guys. But it's for no other reason than I feel that I've learned what I can. I feel I must go in a different direction. But if you ever need me at any time, please seek me out. I owe you one. Give me some direction in a time that was very confusing. It's not the full direction that I meant to go in, but you helped settle me down a little bit. That's a debt I need to repay.
Baron, we consider you a brother.
Wait, you are a member of the big gang, whether you like it or not anymore. I believe you always have a place here.
Let's go in for a big bro hug.
Boy, howdy.
You guys have your bro hug, just to hear this little voice going, finally cracked it.
Although that's what I was thinking too.
Oh my god.
And you all turn around and you see this safe, and it is filled with 10,000 gold pieces.
You'd like jump in the air and then freeze.
I love it.
I would say give
Thank
Dr.
you.
B still needs his end line. All of us had an end line except him.
Wait, what?
You didn't get your end line.
Yeah. That's nice. That's yes.
And that's your freeze?
Yes.
You're ready to do your freeze frames.
I love it. And that's a little bit more of Baron's backstory.
Oh, thank you, Obo.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Yes. You all are the beat. I loved this. This was amazing.
Oh, this was a blast.
So we have learned a little bit more about Baron, and now we have a few more NPCs in his past.
Oh.
You have a very interesting past, Baron.
Colorful
It's
characters.
because there are some colorful characters in your past.
Yeah, there were.
Who knew? Who knew?
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Oh.
Well, and I think there's a feat, or not a feat, but a feature that I've seen described before that I think definitely fits Baron. And now that we fleshed out this backstory a bit more, even more so, which is basically the I know a guy.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's pretty
Nice.
good. Yeah.
And the way I've always seen it work is if you guys are in a pickle and you're trying to figure out something that you need to be solved, or a problem that you need to be solved, you can say, I know a guy, and you can describe how you know them and what they do. But one of the things I get to kind of put in there is what the relationship is. Is it good? Are they friendly towards you? Do they not like you? Is it adversarial?
That's super fun. I like
Yeah.
that.
That's cool.
Plus, would fit so well with Baron's background. So,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like that a lot. Well, this has definitely been an exercise in improv tonight.
Thank you, everyone, for the
Thank you all so much. We will be back in 2 weeks with hopefully regular game again. But, if not, we could maybe do a whole more wholesome Baron story. This was so much fun, though. This is a blast. So,
Thank you, everyone.
this is a demonstration in improv DMing of 5-minute prep.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for your DMing, Megan.
Thank you guys for being
thank
awesome
you.
role players and just coming up with these characters and coming up with like the different canon pieces and all of this. This is adding such rich depth to backstories, and I cannot recommend doing games like this enough to DMs out there. If you start your players at a little bit of a higher level, even level 2, going back and going, all right, now that you know your character a little bit, let's play their backstory. Because this has been some of the most fun games, I think. So.
I've always liked the whole, playing a game that's just off the top of your head, because when a person is at their most, and I don't know if visceral is the right word, but when a person's like not scripted and not playing too close and you're just letting it kind of come out, you're really getting to kind of the core of what's important to that person, what that person enjoys and values, and you just get so much raw clay out of that experience. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You also end up surprising yourself when you don't have to think too hard about the contrivances of their background.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Really bringing it back to basics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, too often we overcomplicate things with back. I actually, with my groups, I encourage them not to create too deep of a background, so we can have fun with it, just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll flesh it out later.
Yep. Yeah.
I used to have a closing question that I would ask my players, which is, what is something you learned about your character you didn't know before this session?
I like that one.
So we now know that Baron, the character, learned herbalism and a bunch of other strange skills from the B team.
Yep. And then he has a heist history.
Yeah, and I think like my general assumption about Baron has been that he's like spent a lot of time alone in the woods, and this really like adds to this idea that like no, he's really been around. Like he spent time everywhere, doing everything, like learning about the world and not necessarily always isolation. So I really like that like adds to Baron as a character.
He's also never talked about his experience with the B team,
right?
Which is like, why has he never brought this up?
Well, because he's still on the lam, unless there's a statute of limitations.
Is there like a did they have like a agreement they would never talk about it?
Maybe there's a tontine. Yeah, well, no, there's a tontine.
I don't know.
That means all. the
Isn't that
money-
those things on Hoth that they cut up and then they smell bad on the inside? Isn't that a tontine?
That's a tontine, but you farm them.
Yeah.
And so you
Oh.
can actually get the pelts.
Nice. Okay.
That's where the money went.
No,
So
the
they-
tontine is where the last surviving member gets the entirety of whatever it is.
So you-
Oh.
It's basically like everybody has the ability to claim it, but only when they can bring in everybody's death certificates. Or
Oh.
something along those lines.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
If everybody else is dead, then they can claim it.
Cool.
Abe Simpson had one of those in The Simpsons.
Where do you think I learned the term?
Oh my god.
No, I actually like adding the reason Baron is always so balanced and controlled is, this is one of these times where his anger and his revenge got the better of him and led him into a, crime, and he regretted that, even though it was formative. So that's why he tries to always be so balanced.
Yeah. Well, and so I could see him, one of the things doing, like taking the money he got and really giving that away and trying to help other people and further his own mission too.
Yep.
Yeah.
My mind's already going, okay, so what do you do with the money? And this is what he did with the money, and that's how we got in line with these people, and that's how we did
Yeah.
this. So already, like I'm pulling the steps of the years, his wonder years.
And it just fills in so
Who's-
much.
Who's the geeky best friend in that episode?
Isn't it what-
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Tune in next time.
Tell me about the
John's
rabbits,
as the
Lenny.
narrator.
I just want to be the girl next door.
Winnie. Okay. Well,
That is a story for
Thank you.
another time.
no, different show. Different show.
That's,
Oh god. Well, anyway, we will wrap it up for tonight, but thank you all so much for joining
Thank
us.
you,
This was a
Thank you,
blast.
everybody.
I have to run into another room to turn the stream off, so I'll be back for my players to do our after game chat. But thank you, everyone. Bye. I'll be right
Thank you,
back. guys.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.